Kia ora everyone, this here should be it for the LEGO news that interests me, at least for the time being. Some quick thoughts here from me on the LEGO Star Wars sets that were revealed a few days ago to be released in January. These were actually initially released about a week or so ago. I wanted to wait until all of them had been revealed, so as to not waste your time in having to watch more videos than you need to. I covered the initial news breaking about these sets months ago now, so today we get to look at some images and see if we think that they match the price points. Liking and subscribing to this channel here does help to support more videos like this one in the future. These are all releasing on January 1st, 2025. It's pretty cool to see this stuff now so that you can start saving up and planning your post-holidays purchases. The first set here to talk about is set 75401, which is Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. There's 290 pieces here and 3 minifigures in total. They seem to be exclusive, but maybe the Anakin is reusing some parts or something. I can't really tell. This thing here is priced at apparently 45 USD, and that bumps that ship up to 76 NZD as a direct translation, but I'm not going to go berserk just yet, because we did have the LEGO X-Jet priced cheaper here in this country compared to the US price. Hearing this though, at first glance, this concerns me greatly. I'm also not surprised though. I think 5 years of dealing with this has kind of numbed me to LEGO Star Wars prices. You just assume that everything is going to be overpriced now, and just make sure you refuse to buy anything at launch and wait for those sale prices. It's the absolute best way to go about it. If we ignore the price though, I think the set looks pretty cool. It is funny how that ship is smaller compared to the previous ones, I assume because Ahsoka herself is smaller than Anakin and Obi-Wan. Even though that doesn't make any sense, I'm pretty sure the ship should remain the exact same size as the previous ones, because that is how they appear in the show, right? Why would hers be any different? I also notice here that that canopy piece is a new part entirely. It's unclear to me as to why, but it's probably got something to do with that price point. LEGO do have to charge a lot more for a set that features parts that are really annoying and costly to make, so that way they can make their money's worth. It's also usually a really good incentive to get frequent collectors to keep going back and buying your newer model, but it does look like it's going to open with that front windshield piece there, and I'm pretty sure that's not how it works in the movies and the shows. If you really care about accuracy stuff like that, and I know LEGO Star Wars fans care about accuracy stuff like that, it's probably going to be something that bothers people. I'm feeling pretty indifferent on this overall, again, just used to this kind of treatment at this point. The most appealing part of the set is that new Ahsoka minifigure, because we haven't had that sort of a design in years now. It looks okay. If you are a frequent viewer of this channel, you'll know that I really don't like how alien characters look here. I don't like what LEGO have done with the eyes. They did explain in a book or something why they got rid of characters' pupils, but anyway, I'm still not a fan of this design, and I don't think I ever really will. I do really like the rest of the printing though, and the use of those smaller legs too is a really great added touch. I have no strong feelings on this or anything else here. It's a maybe at the moment. I do want that Ahsoka figure, but I do have that Disney Plus show figure, and that's just a really great one printing wise. If I am buying the set, it's going to be on a sale price. The next set here is the reason why I was waiting to cover this, because it was my most anticipated LEGO Star Wars set that's releasing for January, just for curiosity's sakes. This here is set 75402, the Arc 170 Starfighter, which has been absent from store shelves for well over a decade. 497 pieces in total with 4 minifigures, 3 of which are pilots, and an astromech droid is here as well. It retails for 70 USD, that translates to 120 NZD as a direct conversion, so man, this thing might even be bumped up higher to maybe $130 or more. I was trying to see if there's anything that we can compare this to on shelves now. That Mando N1 Starfighter has just over 400 pieces and technically 4 minifigures, and that's 120 NZD here, so I'm feeling very concerned about what this one's going to be priced at. And to my surprise, I don't feel too strongly here for this one either. It looks basically exactly how I imagined it was going to look, a cleaner, slimmed down model compared to the last amazing looking one from when I was a kid, a set that I'm very thankful for having in my collection. I like a lot of those smooth parts there, and I think that the overall shaping has been designed really well, especially using those modern pieces, but it is definitely smaller compared to the last one, and it's a lot more expensive compared to what we would have had to pay for the last one too. It's got some interesting changes here, like it doesn't use those massive tire pieces for the engines, because LEGO are able to use modernized pieces here instead. The 4 figures are pretty cool. It's really nice to see some really well-made clone pilot dudes here, 2 of which are named Oddball and Jag, the other one is your regular unnamed friend, and then we have an astromech of R4P44. I have no issues with these minifigures. As I've said in the past though, as disappointing as it might be at first to not have mainline named Jedi in these prequels based vehicles, I do actually really love the fact that these are clone based instead. And I bring up the idea of Jedi figures because initially I thought that this and the Ahsoka Starfighter would make for a really good pairing for Revenge of the Sith anniversary sets. I speculated that this set here was going to be based around the opening of the film, But actually, this box here seems to depict the second half of the movie. Now, not that that actually means anything, I was just wondering and hoping then maybe this means we could get some Jedi related stuff later down in the year. I think it's about as overpriced as every other LEGO Star Wars set is. If you don't buy it at least at launch and you just remain patient, these sets will go on sale after a month or so. I haven't paid full price for a LEGO Star Wars set in years, so if I can do it, you can too. The next set here is 75403 Grogu with Hover Pram, which is another brick-built model of Grogu. I believe the last one just retired or something along those lines, so they are essentially replacing that model with this one. 1,048 pieces in total. We have here the price of 100 USD. I'm estimating then that it'll be around 170 NZD. It's a weird one. I remembered feeling confused when this started leaking. It's a buildable Grogu remake set to replace the one that just retired, but now he's going to feature a pram and some interactive goodies. That also meant that in my eyes, given that the piece count's kinda similar, it meant that Grogu was going to be a lot smaller as well. I think this one's meant to be more of a toy for people to play with rather than a display item. Numbers comparisons though, this model is obviously smaller than the last one because he does need to have a pram here. He's also got some interactive goodies here like the frog build. Those builds aren't major, but still they are pieces taken away from the Grogu model. Not only does the set here feature less pieces total for the builds, it's also more expensive by like 30 bucks or something for us. For the US crowd though, I think it's like $10 more. I do kinda like it, but it's very small and it's not going to fit in with your previous models that you have. I'm starting to theorize that that R2-D2 figure that released this year is LEGO officially changing the scales again. LEGO suddenly hit the reset button on themes like Harry Potter, and they began releasing a new castle theme that didn't scale with anything previously released. Now we have an R2-D2, a C-3PO, and a Grogu who all released in 2024, who aren't in scale with any of the other brick-built sets that released before they did, some of which are still actually available on shelves. I appreciate it for what it is, but it's probably going to be a pass from me. And these next two I'll cover back to back. This here is 75404, the Acclamator-Class assault ship, and then 75405, the Home 1 Starcruiser. These are your model ship releases. The Acclamator here contains 450 pieces in total. It retails for 50 USD, maybe about 100 NZD then, and your Home 1 Starcruiser has 559 pieces in total, so the price is a bit higher at 70 USD, maybe 130 NZD for us then. I think it's a cool sub-theme in LEGO Star Wars because I feel like these ships are so niche that the die-hard fans will understand downsizing those options, and they'll just be happy to have anything. For those who aren't interested in these sets like myself, we can just move past them. I will say that one of these does look like a much better deal value-wise compared to the other one. The Acclamator is a prequels-based set. It feels like to me LEGO knew that that would be a desired release for people just for the time period, so they could do whatever they wanted here. So they made something that was rather small. I think I do have to agree then with the community mindset that this does look like the type of set I'd get for free for spending a few $100s on May the 4th deals. I don't really have any strong feelings for either of these. I've seen a lot more praise online for the Home 1 Starcruiser than I have for the Acclamator though, so I think the general consensus is that this is the good set and this is the bad one. And finally, what is probably the weakest set for most of the adult collectors, this here is 75410, Mando and Grogu's N1 Starfighter, which is a 4+ junior set based on Mandalorian season, I don't remember, 3 maybe, or possibly 2.5, 92 pieces and 3 minifigures retailing for the price of 30 USD, which is around 50 to 60 NZD. I don't buy the juniors builds, they're obviously not made for me, and I'm not that target audience. Now despite not buying them, I must say, it might be controversial, I think it's a pretty decent set. I bought the official Mando N1 Starfighter back at its release, and I remember my partner here actually bought that LEGO Friends Treehouse set, and she ended up spending the exact same amount that I did, so comparing those two sets together kind of crushed me. And ever since then I've been reevaluating how much money I want to put into LEGO Star Wars. This set here in retrospect actually gets the same job done for me, minus that BD1 figure and Pedro Pascal appearance. I don't know how many regular fans don't have their own Mando and Grogu. Also, there is a much better, cheaper option out there that features the two of them, but this doesn't offend me like it does some people on the internet. Nothing for me personally here though to win me over, but I'm sure some kids will get a real kick out of it. Overall, it feels like an interesting wave for variety's sakes, almost, but I think I'm still feeling pretty lukewarm for what I'm into personally. The general gauge that I see online is that people are mostly interested in the Home 1 set, and that might be it. Because adults don't really do juniors based sets, the Acclamator is a bit too small for their liking. Grogu is a downsize, and most people think that these brick-built models look weird inherently. Ahsoka's ship is way too expensive for what is being offered there, and people seem to be mixed at best on the Arc 170 Starfighter from what I've seen, but it's probably still going to be the second best selling set here. Ultimately for me, that means that no Star Wars purchases in January feels like a weight off my shoulders actually, because there's still a whole lot to catch up on for 2024. What are your thoughts on the January 1st LEGO Star Wars sets releasing? If you enjoyed this video, you should let me know down below. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel here does help to support more videos like this one in the future. Thank you very much for watching everyone, ka kite anu, take care, hope to see you all next time.